Okay, I didn't go anywhere. I want to preface that. I mean, welcome back to Bleak Faith Forsaken with your favorite YouTuber, Crimson Damien. Now, I want to preface this. I didn't go anywhere. I had to stop recording to go to work. How the fuck? Yeah. No. We're finishing. We're going down. We're going down first. I want to see what the hell's down here. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to preface that. I didn't go anywhere. Look, man, I logged out. I was like, man, I gotta go to work. They pay my bills. Well, actually, let me preface that with something more honest. They throw pennies at me, and I go on the street corners and show my leg in an attempt to get paid. To make up for my lack of pay. Oh. It's ridiculous. Oh. Better. Is it just like a bunch of enemies? Is this all this was? Did I get an opportunity to skip this bullshit? Look, man, I'm not even, like, you guys aren't worth the time. You giving me nothing. You offer me nothing. All you do is just annoy the hell out of me. Ever did you fuck off for one? Okay, we got that. Can I interact with that while you guys are over here? Okay. Well, I guess your fate has been chosen, not by me, but by a lever. Your fate has been chosen by some simple lever that would not let me pull it. Can't currently use a lever. Never mind. It had nothing to do with you. You died. You died because I was misled. I made assumptions. And you know what they say. You make an assumption, you make an ass out of me and you. But you're dead. And I'm not. So, I mean, in the end, I think it made more of an ass out of you than me. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going then, I suppose. I don't understand. And I'm a little confused. Mostly I'm just confused on how we just moved up. Hello? Concoction. I don't see any. Oh no! I didn't almost die. You almost died. You're mistaken. If you think I almost died, you really need to get your eyes checked. Honestly, it's really disrespectful to this. Accuse me of such a pathetic life. You know, my life's better than that. Look at that. What the hell was that, dude? You wolf over there howling. Okay, come on. Just bringing you guys along with me on a trip together. All right. So, I'm guessing that lever up there summons the platform farther up, which makes it even more confusing that we just spawned at the top for some reason. For God only knows why. Okay, so this is where we would have been had the game not just randomly teleported us. Ah! Well, that's embarrassing. I didn't even jump. I didn't even jump. I just fell like a rock. You know? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Everything falls at the same speed, right? I mean, give or take air resistance, but that's not the point, okay? The point isn't to criticize. Okay, so anyway, the point isn't to criticize me and my poor decision making. The point is to criticize the game, okay? Clearly, the game has inadequacies, right? It has nothing to do with the fact that I fell on my face twice. That was because the game caused me to do it. Right, I mean, this area is pretty cool. So this is definitely going to be a boss fight we're going into, right? The question is it going to be the last boss fight we fight? Because it feels very in the game feeling, you know? Log, updated administration. Because we can't update any more perks either. Log, data administration. Data administration. Where, there we go. Administration? Was it just administration? I thought it was data administration. Might have been this administration. Yeah, okay, anyway. The administration employs technologies that defy common understanding. Their mechanisms and applications so advanced that they border on the arcane. Its methods are as inscrutable as its goals. Sorry, I had to look at them. I was looked at the recording for a moment. I got scared that I wasn't recording. The administration seems to manipulate reality with devices and systems that challenge everything we know about the omnistructure, operating through a blend of advanced machinery and esocentric principles. Structures within its domain are altered or controlled in ways that are not only complex, but also resistant. Resistant? Yeah, resistant to traditional forms of analysis. You know, okay, so maybe it's not the fact that I'm dyslexic. Maybe it's the fact that I'm waking up in the morning and maybe I'm not as much of a morning person as I think I am. Clearly, there is a quality difference in my, just, you know, I'm reading much better, I have to say, too. My voice probably sounds much better because it's not, I always wake up every morning groggy and congested. I just don't know. My wife says I flounder like a fish in bed, and she hates it. All right, so you're not the lady. I thought I was gonna be fighting the lady. You just seem like some kind of animated form of armor. Hello, sir. Ma'am, it, they, them, robot, a Vermilion Mirage. You got a cool armor set. Woo! Did I forget to heal? Yeah, okay, I counted one. Okay, did I forget? Did I forget to heal? Or did he just one-shot me? I think I don't. Okay, so I stopped at the respawn beacon after I fell. I clicked it, did I not? Or did I not click it? My memory is failing me. And now I don't know if he one-shot me with full health or if I was still almost dead. Yeah, I was almost dead. So, okay, that's confirmation. Now that I have confirmation that you basically just got a lucky shot off of me, because I didn't eat for other reason. Either one, I didn't stop at the. Okay, I don't appreciate that. Okay, dude, you need to calm down. Okay, I don't know who your parents were, but clearly they were the parents that say they were like the never say no parents, the gentle parenting that is. You know, I don't have kids yet, but as a kid that was whooped, I'm a firm believer in a good ass whooping. Oh, you changed. Hello, I knew it was you. Well, actually, I didn't know it was you. I thought it was gonna be you at first. Okay, you're flying. What the fuck? Wait, there's two of you. Okay, I'm a little confused on why there's two of you now. What's going on with that dude? Yeah, wait, what the fuck's going on with you? Yeah, that's fine. You're more than welcome to lose your shit. I don't care. Okay, so you just summoned some lady out, I think. I don't. Did she just disappear, or? Okay, so you just summon enemies. Okay. I'm a little complex still. No, Royal Division Captain Yulia. I feel like Yuri would have been a better name. Yuri sounds like a nice feminine name. Hey, if you're just gonna go over there and shoot, I'm just gonna sit in this corner. Because you can't hit me here. This is gonna take a regeneration shot. Gotta be careful whatever the guy's doing from behind. The problem is she does really good damage really fast. But she does not have good resistance against my damage. There we go. Oh. I see you changed. You changed out? You tabbed out? That's okay. Oh, what the fuck? Are you gonna blow up? Oh, he's blowing up. He's blowing up or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's falling on his ground. He's having a seizure. Someone call a doctor. Help! Help! I'm falling and I can't get up. Oh. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, stab her. Stab her. I don't know. Again, I don't know what happened to your compatriot. I suppose I'm slightly responsible, but like, how was I supposed to know that he was gonna react that way to like flashing lights? Okay. Like, I feel like he should come around and say he gets up with an old sign on his chest that says, hey, I get epileptic seizures when I get flashing lights in front of me, okay? Also, I feel like if he gets epileptic seizures, you think maybe he'd use less flashy attacks, you know? Maybe he'd use like, like shadows or something instead of like bright flashing lights. You know what's upsetting about that is I can't technically say that's my first try. Because, like, I walked in with no health and just got smacked once and died. That's really upsetting. Okay. So we got some kind of Slender Man thing going on then. I was joking. I was joking. It is some kind of Slender Man thing. Okay.
Everything's changing.
Well, that's what happens when you die.
It won't always be too late.
Pardon?
What's been set in motion will forever be out of your grasp.
I feel like I'm supposed to be kind of conveying some kind of emotion, but at the end of the day, I'm some kind of like homunculus robot thing, so I don't even show emotions in the first place. So what's the point of like solely panning to my face when there is no emotion to be had? Okay. Is he plunging a giant spear into the... Okay. Oh, and there's I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're plunging some kind of giant spear into it. It's got light beams across on the top. I don't know why I'm describing it to you. You and me both are just sitting here confused as hell, okay? Or should I be the end of the game? I can't believe it. Oh, it's not. I'm still alive. Okay, I got an umbilical cord. Okay. I feel like I'm pretty well grown to be an umbilical cord, but you know what? I ain't gonna judge. Okay. I'm so confused. Isn't this, because this is like the opening cutscene, isn't it? And then I get attacked and some guy in the distance saves me. Am I the guy that saves myself? Is this some kind of time loop that I'm permanently stuck into? And then you have to constantly repeat the game? I feel like we're about to get an ending. Oh. Archangel Studios. Credits. All right. Okay, I guess it's time for my review. I rate this game a solid 5 out of 10, right? It's mediocre. And I don't want to be too harsh, man, because it's a smaller studio. It's not a big game studio. And I really don't want to be huge thank you to the Kickstarter backers and Epic Mega Grants. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Archangel Studios, and see, they got it based off of Kickstarter too, and I didn't even know that part. See, and this is a thing too. It's a 5 out of 10 overall, and I think it largely comes down to the direction they took with a lot of the concepts in the game. The combat itself is a little rough, but honestly, once you get used to it, it's really not that bad. What's the problem is the direction the game they took when it came to informing the players about decisions and things like that. They wanted to take this like vague approach, kind of like this, kind of like a mysterious fantasy. You don't know what's going on. There's all these different factions. It's not a bad idea in concept, right? Because I mean, Dark Souls does that really well, right? And I'm not trying to compare this game to Dark Souls, and it's really not fair to a lot of games to compare them to each other, especially since like what it does is turn everyone into the same damn thing, right? And I was talking to my friend Greg about this the other day. Is a lot of shooters now have all converged onto the same damn format, and it's like, okay, look, you have Italian food, right? Yeah, there's lots of different kinds of Italian food. You have pasta, you have lasagnas, you have pizza, and this is like the basic Italian food, right? You have gelato, right, for dessert and things like that, but everyone's converged on like pizza, and their differences in pizza is basically down, not even down to toppings all the time, just down to like, oh, this one has no salt and they have salt, they have the same move, same combat, same time to kill. It becomes really this repetitive arc where nothing's really spectacular or stands out by itself anymore. And so I don't want to do it to this game, but the vagueness within the structure, there's not enough dialogue to really make this emotional, right? Those like the seeing the lady at the end, Yulia, having that betrayal essence, it felt like it should have been more emotional, and there really wasn't any connection to that, right? They don't build any connection with those story elements. Same with the Archbishop, right? You see the Archbishop, he mentions some kind of God Emperor. There's no context, by the way. Outside of him, there's no context with the God Emperor, really. I mean, so you have those death people, too, and they're kind of vaguely related to it, but they're so detached from each other, and spaced so far apart with such little substance that you don't actually build a connection to any of the elements in the game, right? It becomes this big long slog of like nothingness in a lot of the areas. With the concept they wanted to do, they wanted this big open space game, which is fine, you can do that, right? But it doesn't feel full, right? It feels, because they spread it out the way it is, it feels so empty, and then it becomes draining. It lacks New Game Plus. Okay, what happens if I click continue? But like, it just becomes a draw and stuff like that. And the same with the leveling up system, right? The level 25 being the max, and I know I bitched about that a lot, and it's just kind of like a small pet peeve of mine, right? If they knew they were going to have a max level, that should have been clearly stated. Hey, you get max 25 levels per playthrough, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll just quit. No. Let's go back to the title screen, right? They need to tell you ahead of time. That way you can actually preface your build, right? And that's one of the things too. You compare it to other genres that are similar. You know there's a max level coming up, right? You play Baldur's Gate, for example, you know levels are really rare, and each one feels impactful, right? The same impact isn't really felt when it comes to leveling up in this game either. It's not there in the same essence, and they have the putting attributes onto your armor and your weapons is a really good idea. I really like that. But the leveling up doesn't feel as impactful because they don't let you know, hey, level max 1225. None of the weapons and armor you pick up have level requirements to them, which I'm not saying necessarily will work, but you need to have some kind of requirement for these weapons outside of maybe just like one boost the other one, because it becomes they were all a lot of the same, right? And it's not a terrible idea, but when it comes to like the armor set, say we'll take like the heavy armor sets, for example, they're all the same. They were all the same. The only thing that was different from them was cosmetics, which isn't even when you upgrade them. There's no difference. There's no boast. There's no downside on one or the other, right? And we'll just see what happens when we click New Game Plus. It just. It just leaves more to feel desired, you know what I mean? It's not... I don't know, right? So then... So you take like the end, right? So let's talk about the end. And I know there's some lore bits. We didn't really read all the lore. So we still got to go through some of the logs and things like that, but it doesn't tell you why the anomaly is such a big issue. It doesn't tell you why the ending matters. It doesn't tell you why that's impactful. It doesn't tell you what you are precisely, right? You're left guessing till the end, because even the logs and things like that are very vague, right? So Conrad the Traitor was his name, right? And we killed Conrad the Traitor. He's like the first boss you fight, but in his war logs that you read, he never actually states he's gonna betray anyone or anything like that. It sounds like he's loyal to the very end. He just gets tired of the slog that is his occupation and attempt to investigate and destroy the anomaly, right? Or capture the anomaly for the God Emperor. Now, that part's in Old Vega, what exactly he was doing there too. But the jumping mechanics weren't used well. Climbing around things like that, you just randomly jumping onto things, you're trying to grab onto things. You're trying to do whatever you can just to try to get someplace, and sometimes you get rewarded for it, sometimes you don't. But it doesn't make you feel like impactful. It just feels, I don't know. It's an annoying open world concept, right? Where they give you too much freedom of choice with no actual benefits to having the freedom of choice, right? So you spend the whole time running around, and there's no benefit to it other than like you might miss something, but 90% of the time it's worthless and a waste of time, right? Like, I mean, think about how much episodes we went through this, right? Did I stab him this time? No, the other guy stabbed him. And see, this part doesn't make a lot of sense either. So I'm still confused by that. Is it the two of us together? Let's see, there's at least two bosses we didn't fight either. We had the one guy with a shield that kicked our ass when we first got introduced to him, and then there was the Reaper too, who also kicked our ass too. And we didn't ever had a chance to go back and fight him, and because the game didn't tell us that either. I guess really what the game suffers from, really, and I'm just rambling on at this point. and I'm doing the same thing the game does, is a lack of direction. The same way that I've been talking with a lack of direction and purpose, because I didn't write this down. I didn't really work this. I didn't work my way through it. I didn't conceptualize this before I started yapping. I just started yapping as soon as I can. Is this game suffers from the same thing. It's a lack of direction, right? They had this cool concept, and it is a cool concept. The game it's a cool idea, which is what got me interested in the first place. But it's not implemented well because it lacks the direction and planning that was really needed to make the game feel impactful, emotional, right? Seeing the Archbishop show up again at the very end to fight him because he's there to get the power from himself, or the Death Guard and the lady saying, "It doesn't matter what you do. It was inevitable. You were too late. You can't stop this," right? Did I do this? I feel like I did this the first time I played this part, right? Those should have big emotional impacts to them, and they have absolutely none. And it's down to the fact that there's no build-up, right? The ending, while interesting, I mean, it was cool to watch. Tacticians, Asylum Brew. Yeah, we didn't even get that again. I don't know. Let's go fight an enemy real quick. I think I know where the boss is, so we're just gonna run there while I ramble. But those should have been like massive, impactful moments, right? And they should have had. All right. That was easy. Do I get levels? I do. Okay, so I can't level up. I suppose I need to be going down, right? Yeah, I should be going down for our first boss. Because we'll go fight the ghoul thing. Right. And that's really is, right? So because of the lack of direction, the lack of prior setup and design and emphasis on the story elements, the story isn't. The story means nothing to me. It's not impactful. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't have any to it. Okay. In the same way, like a good conception, right, is take like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, right? The whole time they build a connection, they build up to it, right? The no Russians, all these things are really emotional. The betrayal at the end, where was it Ghost? I think Ghost dies, right? These things all have an impact because there's a big story element. They emphasize these things, and they stay with you. I mean, how much do you even hurt me? I'm really unconcerned. I wasn't wrong to be unconcerned. So then, I don't know. It's kind of how I feel about it. I guess it just comes down to the lack of direction. It comes down to lack of planning. Same thing you could say with like the perks, the levels not feeling impactful, the armor and weapons not feeling kind of like samey, right? It comes down to the fact that they didn't plan it out. Okay, they didn't go, hey, just make this weapon unique. Let's make this weapon do this. Let's make this weapon do that. They're all essentially the same thing with just minor differences in speed and range, right? I don't. It's a 5 out of 10. If you get it for free and you have some free time, it's worth playing. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's really rough. It needs a lot of work. It has a somewhat solid foundation to build up on top of. I don't think I can level these things up anymore, can I? Well, I guess I can upgrade that one. Oh, so you can, oh, because I didn't fight that other boss. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that. That's alright. So, I don't know. And there's that, and then like the game's not replayable. Like I had no interest in replaying it. I'm just doing this so you guys can watch me do something while I'm talking, and we can at least look at like what New Game Plus had to offer. And so far, it's all the same. God, they gave me like no XP to kill that boss. It's not surprising. But, I don't know. I think that's about it. Tomorrow we'll play a new game. Plan is to play Sekiro. So we're going to go from a game with basically no dialogue and story to a game that is heavily dialogue based. A game where, essentially too, with Bleak Faith, where I've done, for the most part, no dodging and definitely no blocking, to where I need to learn, I got to relearn how to parry really well. So it's going to be no rough. But that's it for today, guys. So if you want to do me a big favor, and I really do appreciate this, if you'll like and subscribe, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Rumble, please follow and leave a thumbs up. Leave some comments. I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what you guys thought about Bleak Faith. That's actually a good question. Tell me what you thought about Bleak Faith. I'd be happy to have a discussion with you about the game mechanics and the conceptual concepts like story, scenery, enemy design, all that things. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. So just tell me what you think, and I'll reply and have a discussion with you about it. But you guys know the drill. Like, subscribe here on YouTube, on Rumble. Leave a thumbs up and follow. And like always, I will see you next time. Adios.